Hello, everybody. It's me again, LW, and this is the Latchbar Podcast. This podcast is on diet and exercise. Our last podcast, we ended up with the understanding that we need to eat in portions, smaller portions than what we normally do, at least half a portion. And I guess you probably found that it's really difficult to do and maintain. We have too many obstacles in the way, obstacles that you don't identify. Some are very obvious, and I know you can identify them, such as those snacks that you have hidden in places that shouldn't be hidden, such as in the bedroom, such as upstairs in the closet, or anywhere near your bedroom. Don't keep any snacks near your bedroom. That's the most obvious. Always make sure there's a route that you have to think. Then that will remind you of how you got to where you are today. And that is overweight. And then there's other obstacles that we don't realize that are in the way also. They could be our partner. You want your partner to also be on the same page that you are. Because in most cases, if you're overweight, then your partner is probably overweight too. Because we all practiced doing the same thing, overeating. As I indicated before, it's an addiction, it's not your fault. We're all addicted to eating lots of food. Food's addicting, it tastes good, I want to eat more too. But you have to discipline yourself so that you don't overeat and you don't eat harmful things. So if your partner is not on the same page as you are, then he or she is going to be eating things that will probably get you off your pattern, get you off your movement in the right direction. So you have to get your partner to agree to be on the same path that you're on. That will help. Another thing that's pretty obvious, all these different snacks that you say that you're buying for your company or for your kids that are adults that don't live there. Stop making excuses. Don't buy any more of those snacks. Get rid of them. That's right. This is what you have to do in order to discipline yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to have a chance. Those snacks are constantly going to call your name, and that's your mind. Your mind is doing that to you. And you need to be able to overcome that by not having those items around until you have control of your mind. Until you have retrained your mind, then these items won't be so tempting to you anymore. You'll be able to discipline yourself so that they're right there in front of you and you won't even eat them. That's right. How do I know? I've experienced these same things that you have experienced. How do I know a lot of these things? I know because I've learned from you. I've seen a lot of things that you do, and I learned not to do these things because they're harmful. They're harming you, and they will continue to harm me too. If I continue to abuse my eating habits as you are continuing to do, you're asking for trouble. That is the bottom line. And you don't have to put yourself in this type of trouble, but you need to conscientiously make sure you stay on your path. When you go out, stay on your path. When you go visit someone, stay on your path. I know it's difficult, but you have to make sure you maintain your path in order to attain your goal. It's that simple. So let's get rid of all these snacks and let's stop trying to, let's say, be strong enough or disciplined enough to overcome these obstacles that you can't overcome. You have to be honest with yourself in order to maintain consistency and in order to attain your goal. Be honest with yourself. So let's get rid of all these different items that have been harming you, and they'll continue to harm you as long as you keep them around. You also need to make sure you're maintaining your diet. Because if you're not maintaining your diet, it doesn't matter. Portion control is what you need to maintain. All these other snacks, you need to get rid of these things because you're not going to be honest. You know it as well as I do. So if they're not in your arm's reach or your presence, you won't be tempted to go off track. Okay? You don't want to derail yourself. Let's not have these items around. What are they? You know what they are. Chips, nuts. It's okay to eat some of these things, but you're out of control. So the best thing to do to get back under control so that you might be able to eat a snack is to get rid of them completely so that you can maintain some type of control. Because look what out of control has done to you. Got you on high blood pressure medication. Got your cholesterol high. That's right. And got you heading in the wrong direction. The wrong direction could be life-threatening. It all depends on how far gone you are. Now, I know there's some of us that only have a few pounds that we need to lose in order to look and to get back control of our health. 25, 30, 40 pounds, that's not a lot. When you get over 50 pounds, 75, 100 pounds, 150 pounds, 200 pounds, and more, this is when you really, really have to focus and you have to maintain your discipline no matter how many pounds you want to lose. Because if you don't discipline yourself to stay on track to attain your goal, it just isn't going to happen. That's right. So, don't set yourself up to fail. Set yourself up to attain your goal by being honest with yourself. Without being honest with yourself, none of this is going to happen. You're going to waste your money, you're going to waste your effort, and all of those that you've been trying to convince, they're not going to believe you anyway. The proof is in the pudding. If you don't prove it to yourself, no one else is going to believe you, and it doesn't matter to anyone else. It's only affecting your health. It's not affecting theirs. Now, of course, as you continue to deteriorate, going downhill, making your health worse and worse, now you're bringing other people into the picture. You're going to start impacting them too, because they're going to start feeling sorry for you. And if your health is deteriorating enough, remember, they're your loved ones. You're going to impact them too if something happens to you. So you want to make sure that nothing happens to you. So you want to get on the right track and let's start doing the right things. So if you say that you're eating less food, then you should look like it. If you're eating less snacks, then you should look like it. If you're not being honest with yourself, Forget about being honest with anyone else. Because like I said, it doesn't matter. It only matters to you, the individual, the one that's being impacted, the one that's going to get heart disease or a stroke or a heart attack or diabetes. Let's talk about that diabetes thing for a moment. Type 2 diabetes is avoidable. It's that simple. Keep going in the direction that you're going in with your obesity or with that high level of carbohydrates that you're eating. You're going to expose yourself to type 2 diabetes. Don't give me this stuff that you're going to get it because your parents had it. Don't give me this stuff that you're going to be overweight because your parents were overweight. You get what they got because you did what they did. All the wrong things. You can correct that and you can avoid or eliminate that from happening to you. Because it's not inheritance. It's what you've done to yourself to give it to yourself. Most of the internal illnesses, diseases, so on and so forth that we give it to ourselves. Yes, we give it to ourselves because we overeat and we're eating the wrong things and we're drinking the wrong things. That's right. All those sugar drinks and all those alcoholic beverages, they cause a lot of problems that you don't even think about is going to happen to you. But we're going to move on because I know for sure that you're going to be putting an effort into doing something about your bad habits because your bad habits have gotten you some bad health. And it's never too late to straighten out those bad habits. It's never too late unless you've given up. Have you given up on yourself? Think about that. Because if you're not doing anything to correct your bad habits and you're continuing to do all the different things that you've been doing all your life, you're going to have trouble. Because we all stop growing in the upward direction, but we never stop growing laterally. So if you want to keep growing laterally, just keep doing the things that you're doing, and nothing will change. We're trying to make a change, and you can do something about it as long as you're focused and you don't give up on yourself. Never say what you can't do. The mind and body is a lot stronger than what you think it is. So let's start being more conscientious about what we need to do to correct our health. Let's work on it. Thank you all very much. I appreciate all the comments, and I appreciate my listeners. I believe one day I'll get my point across. Thank you. Have a good day.